it been like having 4 days off in the middle of the season? Kind of a unique thing.
4 days? Damn, it has, I guess. Uh, I don't know. I guess it's feel good for our bodies. I can say that. Body feels a little bit better. You know, we had some throughout the season. You know, some people's bodies get beat up a little bit. So it's just good to recover. Good for our mind to just think over things, what we need to get done. Yeah.
You said, Scottie, when you first came to campus, you would spend the summer working on your body, doing a lot of running, more conditioning kind of stuff. Have you seen the benefits in the first 20 years?
For sure, just trying to play through it. You know, sometimes in a game you still get tired a little bit, but just trying to push through it mentally, physically. You know, I feel like my body's prepared for it, so I feel like it helps me.
Scottie, before the season began, Masai said that this team was going to be unselfish. It wasn't going to be selfish anymore. As a group, you've hit all kinds of team highs in terms of assists. You're a big part of that as one of the playmakers. What's that say about how the culture has changed so far this season?
Oh, we got a lot of unselfish players on this team. A lot of players that's willing to make that extra pass, play for your teammates. So you can just see that on the floor. We get a lot of assists every single night, and we're willing to pass the ball. We feel like as a group we got a lot of unselfish guys, and we know we're going to have to play together in order to win.
You've done a lot of the playmaking, bringing the ball up the floor with the second unit. How's that been for you, sort of having a dual role on this team?
It's been pretty good. It's being able to go out there, no matter which group it is, just be able to go out there, lead, do whatever is needed out there on the floor, no matter if I'm at the top of the key, setting pick and rolls, playing through the playmaking role, playing through the elbows, bringing the ball up, being able to knock down shots in the corner. It doesn't matter where I'm at. You know, I'm just trying to fulfill that role. They're a team that plays really hard. They play with grit. They play with a lot of fight. We're a team that plays hard each and every single game. We're trying to be the hardest working team as well. So that's why every time we play each other, you know, it's a great game. High intensity. Just two teams that's willing to work hard and play defense.
Have you seen teams defending you differently, let's say over the last 10 games compared to the first 10 games or compared to last year?
Not really. You know, I'm just taking every game at a time. Each team plays a different way. Some teams help a lot, some teams don't. Some teams want you to shoot a lot of threes. Some teams want to run off some certain spots on the floor. So each team plays differently.
Have you noticed teams treating your three-point shot differently? Generally speaking.
Like I said, it just depends on the team. Some teams, you know, they want to pack the paint on no matter what team they play, and a lot of shots are open. And other teams, they don't want that. On certain spots on the floor, you know, they want to run off certain spots, whether it's the corner, the wings. So it's just about how teams play.
It's been unusual to have 4 days off at this juncture of the season. Has it been helpful for you guys in terms of getting your bodies rested or whatnot, or are you kind of itching to play another game?
I mean, it's great to have 4 days off. Coach gave us 2 days just to get away, you know, be with your family, kids, whatever. And it was great for me to be around the family because we never get the chance, you know, to spend 2 full days off. But now we're back to work, came in yesterday, did a great job, and today, and try to focus for the game tomorrow.
What do you think you guys need to do to kind of get the consistency? I mean, there's definitely been some great wins, but it seems to be one step forward, one step back, or 2 steps back.
I think we got the next 20 games is gonna, you know, show who we really are. And I mean, it's 20 games in. The next 20 games is gonna be really, you know, important for the team, organization. And I mean, everybody just got to chip in, you know, to win, to sacrifice for each other. And if we do that, you know, we're able to beat a lot of good teams.
I think, like, from afar, it was easy to expect some growing pains offensively, but, like, the defense is, you know, just above middle of the pack right now. The second 10 games weren't great defensively. What do you sort of see that's not quite going right defensively?
I mean, protect the paint, That was our emphasis, one of our emphasis before the season. We don't want them to, get paint touches, and we didn't do a great job of it, and starts with me. Bringing the energy, effort, telling everybody, what we got to do. It's always a five-man, defense, and everybody got to be on the same page. And I think when everybody believe in it and everybody, trusting the system, then I think we can take a step forward. And I think now we're kind of on the same page, and we want to, take a step forward.
This team's had reached new highs in terms of team assists. Darko was just telling us that that's a credit to the players. What do you think it is about this group that is, being so unselfish and spreading the ball around?
This coaching staff. I think it's, he got a system, how he want to play, and we got a great group of guys, high character guys who, follow the game plan and the system. And I think it's always great when everybody's touching it, everybody's moving it, and I think it's unselfishness. And that's always great. Everybody's happy, and it's not just stagnant one-on-one basketball. And I think that's what we are when we at our best, and we just got to keep getting better at that every single day.
Obviously, you're a big part of spreading the ball around, and you've had a lot of personal success over the past few games in terms of getting assists. What's working for you personally right now?
We still, I think, on the 11th seat, so that don't really matter right now.
Dennis, you get Kyle Lowry tomorrow. You've had a lot of battles with him over the years. What's it like competing against a guy who's similar to you, just so competitive, so smart on the court?
That's the best games. I remember them Atlanta days, when we went against each other, and that was always competitive. So Miami as a whole, as a team, they really competitive and coming at you. So we got to be ready from the start, and play for 48 minutes.
How much of an advantage does his body type give him? How hard is it to kind of? It's just so low and strong. What kind of challenges does that present?
For me, it's just. We got 5 guys out there. I just try to make the right plays every single time, and it's not really about a one-on-one matchup. Of course, when he guards me and it's getting competitive, we talk, and getting into it. I kind of like that, but one-on-one, I'm not that type of player who wanna, go against somebody to win, to score more points or. If we get the win and I did my job on the guy, then and we won, that's the job.
Dennis, you mentioned points in the paint being a point of emphasis, but is there anything that's kind of maybe even more pressing that you guys want to solve or in the next 20 games?
Everybody being confident, everybody's in here, working on their shots. I think everybody just got to come out when they're wide open, take the shots, be aggressive. And I think that's on the offensive end. Take more corner threes because we're really effective in corner threes. But at the end of the day, defensively, we run back and transition, protect the paint, and rebound. I think that's those 3 areas where we gotta, improve on.
What was the big roar we were hearing back there? It sounded very exciting.
Yeah, we had some shooting competitions that included players and staff members, and we were shooting some half-court shots, and it literally came down to last shot, and our strength coach John Lee made the 3, so it was good. It was a little bit of fun.
How's your stroke, Darko?
I need 2 shots from half court. First one, I'll be close enough. Second one, I believe in the second one. So, but the problem today was we got only 1 chance.
Do you try and incorporate a little bit something like that most days, or just some days?
Not most days, but definitely trying to find the time, to have some fun with the group as well. It's I always like when we can finish the practice and guys, first of all, they want to stay around longer and they finish the practice with a smile on their faces. So as much as we have opportunity to do that, I think it's good for team chemistry.
Darko, before the season, Masai spoke about the importance of this team not being selfish. You've hit all kinds of team highs in terms of team assists.
Yes.
What's that say about the system that you've instilled with this team?
I don't necessarily it has to do much with the system that's in. I give a credit to our players and their willingness to move the ball and play for each other and trust each other. You know, even in the last game we had 32 assists and with only 6 made threes. So can you imagine if you made a couple more, that number would be probably close to 40 assists. You know, and our guys, this is a group that's very resilient group, that guys that like each other, they want to do well for themselves and for the team. So all credit goes to those guys and their willingness to be unselfish and play together.
Have you seen teams adjust the way they defend Scottie, let's say over the first 10 games compared to the more recent 10 games?
Yeah, as you can see, like him shooting the ball well, they're starting to close out more to him, and he's starting to use more of a shot fakes now on the closeouts and just opportunity to drive more. You know, it's it's still in development, but there is a feel that differently they're trying to guard him a little bit differently now.
If you're a coach and you're looking at a player who's shot really well, let's say on another team, through 20 games or whatever, is that enough to start adjusting? Like, when do you start adjusting compared to the career numbers?
It really depends, and depends on a team as well. You're gonna face players who are shooting like 29-30% now, but for career they're shooting really high percentages, and like, do we want them to have that really good game against us? And the same thing is on the other side, like, oh, this player is shooting well. Do we really want to be another team that he's gonna knock down 3, 4, 5 threes against? It's just like, I think it comes down to preference, and of course there is a adjustment there as well. You know, let's guard this. That's a game plan, but if they knock down a couple of shots, we'll adjust in the game as well.
Did you watch any tournament games last night?
I did watch the first game in Indiana and Boston, and after that I was in the bed. I was sleeping. Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm not late bird like you, Doug.
No, one day. What about the tournament? What do you think? Did it work? Did it not work?
I like the tournament idea. I think NBA has a very good ambition with this project. I think NBA teams, coaches, players, everybody's learning from this. I think there are a couple of situations that can be cleaned up for the future. Just like, a lot of times, like players like, is this in season or regular season? Like, when you have this type of competition overseas, it's completely separate from your league competition. So you're coming into games with different mindset. Over here, it's like, should we hack or not hack? Should we take the last shot or not? Everybody's still trying to figure out what is appropriate way to do it and how to treat opponents and how to treat your team. And but I think overall it's a good idea. And I'm sure that there are a lot of ideas that are being brainstormed right now in NBA office for them to adjust for the future. And I wish that this robust name in-season tournament gets some official name. Name it after a player, name it Kobe Bryant trophy or something like that. So I think it would bring even more value. And I believe that NBA is thinking about all of those things.
Darko, with Miami in here, I want to ask you about Kyle Lowry, obviously a legend around these parts. What's it been like to coach against a guy like that competitive and smart and effective for over the years?
I mean, he's an amazing player. He did amazing stuff here in Toronto. He did amazing stuff in league-wide, and also he was on a team that won the championship. Obviously, his legacy is a big one, and he's still the guy that plays extremely hard and extremely competitive. I have a lot of respect for guys like that. They just find the motivation every single day to come to work, practice, or game and bring their best, and nothing but the respect for him.
Sometimes it's so much talk around NBA big men and the need for them to shoot, the need them to be able to play lifted. Yet there are examples of guys who don't. Like Jakob is one, Zubac and the Clippers is another. Around the league there's a few
Right.
guys. Why do some of these guys still able to be effective even if they don't conform to what we think a modern day should be?
Yes, it's very interesting that evolution that happened over the last 10, 12, 15 years. You know, when I first came in the league 10 years ago, everybody were looking at Serge Ibaka. Oh, he's a stretch four. He can shoot threes. You know, and then shows up a player like Jokic who can be 5-man stretching from outside. Boston, I thought that last night Boston missed a lot. Porzingis not having him in that game. He changes a lot for them with that size, you know, and shooting ability. But also you have teams that have really, really good pick and roll players that need 5 who is a lob threat. You know, and example can be Dallas Mavericks and finding Lively this year, who is a lob threat and really good in pick and rolls with Doncic. I cannot even imagine if that guy could shoot threes, what it would look like, lob threat and shooting threes and all of that. So the more skill you have in this league, the more skill, the more shooting, the more speed. I think that's the direction of where league is going. And you could see last night, Indiana, like they did not run those magical plays that like, oh, how do we guard that? It was simple pick and roll and ball movement, and they created really good shots, and they were good at the rim and made 19 threes, you know. And I was watching the game and I'm looking at the fans, and fans are really enjoying, you know, seeing that baskets are scored, you know. So to answer your question, Yak is very great contributor just because what he does defensively, number one, rebounding, size, but also he's really good playing in a pocket pass, and until the last game I think he was leading the league in field goal percentage, and his floaters and finishing around the rim is a high level. So I think that this league, there is no clear recipe. I think doesn't matter what position you play, if you figure it out, if you have 1 or 2 things that you do on a high level, that you will find your bread in this league.